Hey everybody, I've been watching the video from the Cleveland Browns at the Las Vegas Raiders contest of yesterday. And the Browns have used defenses of the 20th century to defeat the Chip Kelly offense of the 21st century. Like this one. You recognize this defense? Let me help you. It's a 46 defense. Yeah, that's right, the Bear 46 defense with the two defensive tackles in the interior over the center and the guard, and then of course the defensive end here, but they put a twist on it. They have Myles Garrett out here, which is normal, and then they have the two linebackers on this side, but one of them down, okay? And then of course the safety and linebacker here, pressing to stop the run. And this isn't the first time they used this. In total, most of the time they lined up in 8 and 9 man fronts, forcing the run and pressuring the pass. They didn't always do this. When they started off the contest, for example, this was 1st and 10, first quarter, 8:24 elapsed. Note the Browns' standard wide 9 front, popularized by their defensive coordinator, and with 3 linebackers and an alignment that points to a zone defense. In this instance, this is what the Raiders did. Put Tucker in motion and hand it off to Ashton Gentry. And they were able to stop him with that. But that wasn't enough for the Browns. This is 2nd and 10. The next play. Note that the 4 down linemen are met with some company of their own. Defensive back here. Linebacker here. Another one here. And so we have Myles Garrett out here, defensive back, linebacker, defensive tackle, defensive end, and then of course defensive back. Count them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in front, linebacker in back, safety. All right? And they're tight. So they're poised to stop the run with this 4 down linemen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3 supporting the 4 down linemen. The result here, even worse. Watch, see how they line up? And watch what happens. They send 7, and Myles Garrett zeroes in on Geno. Before you can get to him, he gets rid of the ball under pressure and off target. He was rushed. That was 2nd down. Let's take a look at 3rd down. This is 3rd down. And look at this, 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 down linemen. 7 and 8. Watch what they do with this gentleman. Bring him in. See that? On a blitz. See that? He's got a hole right up the middle, aiming for Geno. Okay? And they get him. That's 1 of 10 sacks. The pressure that they exacted on Geno Smith's behalf was tremendous. And note, the Raiders had no hot receiver, no way of responding to this constant pressure. And this went on for the entire game without answer by the Raiders. the Browns didn't always use those pressure fronts. This is 1st and 10, third quarter, we're just starting after halftime. And here's handoff to Gentry, who manages to get a quick 7 yards. But that wasn't the norm for the Raiders. On the very next play, 2nd and 4, note pressure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then, of course, all the other defenders close to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 4. And watch what happens. This is to Gentry, but guess who? Myles Garrett flies in, gets a hand on him, while the others are able to move in because they're not too gapping and stop him right before he gets to the line of scrimmage. And so that produced this 3rd and 5 and a variation on their wide 9 alignment, as you can see, with a near odd front overloading to the weak side, to the right side, not necessarily the weak side. Strong side is here, but it is the weak side. Watch. Back to throw, standard form rush. But look at the technique. They're able to push before, just right there, Geno gets rid of it. So this isn't, was it be a quick pass and a completion. It's one of the few times that Smith was able to get a pass off without being harassed because it was thrown on time. But of course, the Browns were giving Geno and company a break. 4th and 4, third quarter. More pressure. This is a standard 6-man front. 1, 2, 3, 4 down linemen, 5, 6. Then of course, linebackers in here, so you can say it's 4-3-4. Really, 4-2 with an additional defensive back. So rather than a 4-3-4, you have a 4-2-5. But look at the alignment. Pressure to stop the run, and also to blitz and come in and sack the quarterback. They send 4. And Geno gets sacked. And you say, what was the problem? Well, let's take another look at that from another perspective. So he gets here and there. So they got there, right? And this is the play in question. Let's take a look at the technique. Stop. Raiders get off the ball and they immediately retreat. There are no hands up to take on their defenders. No way of stopping the defenders from getting that head of steam. And so by the time they get to the Raiders, they're pushing them back. Look at these backs. Look at these offensive linemen all on their heels. They're literally on their heels. You cannot maintain leverage with that technique. So what happens? Pressure comes in. One person succeeds at subduing the rusher, but that's about it, because everybody else is closing in and they sack him. Bad blocking technique. This is what got Chip Kelly fired. For the Raiders to produce a better offensive performance, they have to work on their offensive line blocking. They have to go back and look at teams like, for example, the Steelers on the Dan Rakatovich era. They use their arms to push out and get to the pass rusher before the pass rusher can get into his run stance. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is from Super Bowl 13. The Dallas Cowboys in white versus the Pittsburgh Steelers in black. I want you to look at how the Steelers offensive line is quick to get its collective hands on the Dallas pass rushers. They don't hold, but they do push out. And watch what happens. See, stop there. You see how the Steelers don't retreat so much as they stand up versus the Raiders retreating. And look what happens. They immediately make contact with them. And what happens? A pass pocket is formed, allowing Bradshaw to continue his drop and get distance between the onrushing Dallas pass rushers and his potential launch point. So by the time Bradshaw sets, with only Larry Cole to bear down on him, and with the distance, he has time to make his throw. And that's what he does. Terry Bradshaw could not have that kind of time without that offensive line technique. And that's the kind of offensive line technique the Raiders need to adopt today. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube and bookmark NFL News by Zenny62.com.